you made the statement, in fact, I'm quite sure I heard this on radio, on Focus on the Family, that for 20 years or so, government has been unfriendly towards families. What's that all about?
Well, that's certainly been true in the United States, and I suspect it's true here in Canada as well, that every special interest group has a lobbying representative in Washington. Everything from the possum growers of America to the larger unions, the National Education Association and so on. And they have great influence with Congress. They make contributions. I'm sure it's true in Parliament here as well. But the family is not represented, and the interests of the family very often get overridden. Taxes have been confiscatory in both our countries, I think. Just the decisions that are made are not in the best interest of families, and it's time that we recognize that if you lose it there, you lose it, because that's the foundation. The family is the ground floor, the foundation for everything. And you undermine that basic unit, and all of society crumbles. And so we're trying to get a little attention to that most fundamental value.
Oh, that big word, I've never used that word. That means the government's going to confiscate everything you got.
That's exactly what it means. It means that they've got all kinds of purposes that they want to take your money to support. And I'm in favor of lowering those taxes and allowing families to spend their own money. I think they can do it better than government can do it.
All right.
As a matter of fact, in the green room before we came out here, David, a member of your staff, was talking about how difficult it has become for a family to survive, at least on one salary. It's almost impossible because of that very, very high tax rate that you have here.
Yeah.
And I think
municipal and provincial and federal.
At all levels,
Here,
it just
yes.
adds up to the point where, when my father, let's put it this way, when I was about 13 years of age, my father was a college professor and was at the median income. Our family was at the median income. My parents paid $2.49 every 2 weeks for federal income tax. That's how it's changed. That's why my mother was able to stay home. That's why she didn't have to work. She may have chosen to. In this case, she didn't, but she could stay home at the median income. Now, that's almost impossible.
The old saying is the government's big enough to give you all you want is big enough to take all you've got, too. And so
your freedom goes with it.
Yeah. Let's talk about your dad and mom, your family. Because it's my impression that you draw a lot of inspiration, particularly from your dad. Talk about the family that you, the number one teacher, if you will, of families anywhere today, the family that you grew up in.
David, my father died 17 years ago yesterday, and so that's a very relevant subject. I've been thinking about him in the last day or two. My dad had such an enormous impact on me. My mother did too, but especially in the work that I'm doing. My dad's love for God, his love for his family, the way he lived his life, the values I have wanted for my own life. And I will never be the man that he was, but he was just a godly father who cared about his family more than anything else.
In your judgment, what was the secret of his success so that you, his son, could say what you just said?
Well, it was having his priorities right. He never really cared a whole lot about things. He really didn't. I mean, fancy cars and all that sort of thing just didn't matter to him. People mattered to him. Spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ, spreading that good news that is the answer to all the ills of mankind, but especially his commitment to his family. My dad and I would hunt together and fish together, and the things that took place between us out there when we were alone, everybody else is gone, just the two of us talking, wouldn't have happened anywhere else. He took the time to be with me, and that's why I appreciate him so much even today. It's had an enormous impact on my life.
That's the kind of dad and granddad now that I want to be too.
My mother had a great deal of wisdom too. I talk more about my dad, but I could easily say the same thing about my mom. I've just been very blessed. I've just been very, very fortunate.